fill out with a title called Fugitive of the Judoon. No, you know what I was expecting? I was expecting like a bit of a standard story for Doctor Who, where they go after somebody, but then the guy would turn out not to be the bad guy, or like he would secretly be the bad guy, like only worse, and the Judoon would be like entitled to hunting him down. But what? What? This is episode 5 of this 10 series episode, and it's a shocker. It's like the mid-season twist. It's like, okay, fine. Stephen Moffat used to do like half seasons with Matt Smith, and he'd have like mid-season series finales, and they'd be like, let's kill Hitler. Oh no, Let's Kill Hitler was the one that came back. Demons Run, A Good Man Goes to War. I'm not quite sure what the other one was again. Oh yeah. Angels Take Manhattan. I'm not going to say those were particularly bad stories, but you know, as far as mid-series season finales go, they're not. What I'm trying to say is they did not really change the game that much. We knew about River Song, and we knew that the Ponds were leaving. It's nothing that made people soil their collective britches, if you catch my drift. So, a couple of hours before this episode aired, I got spoiled by the appearance of Captain Jack Harkness, and I must say, I'm alright with Captain Jack. I'm not the biggest fan of his character. He's alright. But they did say, it's like, oh, it's not gonna be the thing of the episode. You know, caught me off guard when I actually watched this episode. By the way, I have a TV that's receiving its channels digitally, and this is what happened to me when I watched the episode in question. Good times were had by all. Right, so I always put like a little spoiler disclaimer in the credits scene. Thank you for Dirk Ork for making that. But this is huge, massive, gigantic. These are spoilers, and we're going to discuss them. So, the Judoon are after somebody. They have a nebulous contractor. We find out that the person they're after is Ruth Clayton, who lives in Gloucester, who's a tour guide. And she turns out to be the Doctor. She says she's the Doctor. She was a human being converted from a Time Lord via a chameleon arch, stuff that showed up way back in series 3, that both the 10th Doctor and John Sim the Derek Jacobi incarnation of the Master into human beings. So Ruth turns out to be a Time Lord calling herself the Doctor, and she, oh my god, that revelation where she shows up wearing her outfit, her clothing, it gives off a good Doctor vibe. It's like, it is a proper Doctor outfit, but it's raising all sorts of questions. It's like this episode is designed to ask questions and we're not going to get the answers yet, which bothers me. So Ruth is allegedly from the 13th Doctor's past, from Jodie Whittaker's Doctor's past, and she left, and now we don't know what's going on. Alright, yeah, so Captain Jack Harkness was there. Literally, that's all he did. He was kind of there. He shows up and they're like, you missed me, and it's like he wasn't even really on the same set as the other 3 companions. Like they couldn't get them all in the same room at the same time, except for when Jack had to snog Graham. Yeah, that was the thing. So all he did was deliver foreshadowing, and we already know from the series trailer that there was going to be Cybermen appearance, but now it's like the Cybermen are going to be like this series' big bad. I'm fine with that. They sat out a bit. They had a little bit of downtime. Bring me some Cybermen. But Jack Harkness on the whole, if this is probably not going to be his only appearance in this series. They say he's not coming back, but I don't believe them. People lie all the time. So either he's going to be back before or during episode 10, or we're going to see him next New Year's special or next Christmas special, depending on whatever Chris Chibnall decides what he wants to do. Right, about the first half of the episode, I quite like the Judoon, big stumpy police officers that look like rhinos. The new technology they used to create the rhino mask, it's really a lot more detailed and got a little tuft of hair. That's cute, that's adorable. And it might be me, but I think Nicholas Briggs, who also does several other voices for other monsters, like he does the Daleks, most famously, he does the Cybermen. He also voices the Judoon, and I feel like he's giving them all more distinct voices in this episode. Like the commander, he felt a little bit more breathier than his previous outing in Smith and Jones.
Like he was talking a little bit more like this, as opposed to more like this.
I can't do it. I don't have a voice modulator box like Nicholas Briggs does, okay? I'm just winging it. So I did quite like how the Doctor was trying to deal with them, and that's the only bloody time we get reference that Jacqueline Khan is a bloody police officer. Oh, by the way, there has been a lot of separating the Doctor from her companions, either both literally or spiritually in this series. And the Doctor, the 13th Doctor, has been given more time to shine because of this. She has been becoming more of a developed character. Like, you know, you start to see cracks in the scenes, and I love this. Jodie Whittaker's brilliant. She's a lot more sturdy in her shoes than she was in the last series, according to my own personal opinion. It just gives these companions quite little meat on their bones. That's a shame. Right, so Fugitive of the Judoon is definitely one of those must-watch episodes that upset of the canon and all of the fans. Either you bloody well love it or you don't. So, enough talk. Baseless conjecture time. Let's play some hypothetical fan theories. Oh yeah, everybody loves those. Right, I have 4 possibilities lined up. You know the game. I'm gonna spin this wheel and I'm gonna rant a little bit. Right. This is very awkward because I'm still just looking at a camera. The Ruth incarnation is before the first Doctor, William Hartnell. Okay, this is kind of like a possibility because like somewhere in the 80s and the 90s there was a series of novels, The Virgin Adventures, where the Doctor had been stated to be a successor genetically from somebody called the Other. Somebody on par with Rassilon and Omega. You know, a big wig in Time Lord society. It also gave us like Time Lords don't actually, you know, procreate. They genetically splice together DNA and make kids that way. That's a story for another day, maybe. But it's feasible. Don't think they're gonna go with that. Right, spin the wheel. Okay, so after the second Doctor regenerated, he was off screen, and then the next episode starts in a new series, and we see the third Doctor. So from Patrick Troughton to John Pertwee, we never actually see the 2 actors transitioning in a certain fashion sense. So hypothetically, there could be a generation in between. This has also been part of a huge fan theory for a long time, where the second Doctor was working for the Time Lord Celestial Investigation Agency, and that's obviously named that way because of why you think it is. So, instead of the second Doctor being just that, this hypothetical Ruth could also be part of the investigation agency, which makes sense because she said she was working for the Time Lords. Snag. she didn't recognise the sonic screwdriver which originated with the second Doctor. So it's probably also not this. Granted, note, both previous two theories aren't applicable if memory wipes are involved, okay? Everything's fair game when memory wipes are involved. So, let's play number 3! That's Pete Tyler, you know, Rose's dad from the parallel world. It could be a parallel universe Doctor. It's completely feasible. I think it would be very lazy and a cop-out to the entire, like, an actor of colour is playing the Doctor. So they probably won't go with this. But you know, worse decisions have been made in the past. And this is my own personal... Listen, okay, cool. Check me out. I'm fine with Ruth being the Doctor. I'm just trying to make sense in my own mind where she could fit in or not. Here's the idea. The Chameleon Arch is an imprint of a Time Lord. Who's to say that this Time Lord didn't have an imprint of the Doctor, but is still another Time Lord? Ooh. Like, okay, cool. There's plenty of people out there that could still be like, oh yeah, I'm the Doctor, I'm just as clever as you are. How many people from the Doctor Who canon do we know that is as smart as the Doctor, at the very least, because the Doctor's actually quite dumb for a Time Lord. He's just very good at winging it. They are very good at winging it. I'm sorry, Jodie. So, hypothetically, and everybody is the Rani, it could be the Rani. And if you don't know, the Rani is a Time Lord from the classic series who showed up twice. Her original actress passed away somewhere mid-2000s, and while she's had a regeneration in the Big Finish audio, that actress is probably not very likely to show up in the series proper. So it could be a different Time Lord pretending to be the Doctor with the genetic imprint of the Chameleon Arch. But that's just baseless fan theory conjecture. I'll be happy to be proven wrong because none of these 4 are gonna be it. Please let me know in the comments down below what on earth is going on. What the hell? I thought Series 11 was a bit boring, but you know what? It looks like the higher-ups told Chris Chibnall, no, stop doing that thing you were doing and make it like the old stuff again. Because this is basically the old stuff again. And I'm not saying it's bad, but it feels like the greatest hits compilations of Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat eras. Whether or not it's gonna pay off, there's only one way to find out. You're gonna see it in 5 weeks. Oh my God, I can't stand it. Anyway, there's an algorithm and you can influence it by clicking like or dislike. I don't want you to do this. You can leave a comment down below, which you only should do by, you know, making fun of me or these stupid theories I'll have. You could subscribe, but I wouldn't recommend it because I intend to upload more stuff in the future. Yeah, eat the rich, all of them. There are no ethical billionaires.
Continue.